Why you need to stop running your coaching business alone. There's a lot of coaches out there that are making crazy money, maybe 50, 100K months, 200K months, probably in the million mark. There's people that are making good money. But there's also a lot of people that are still running their coaching businesses alone, meaning they're still doing the content, they're still doing the sales side of things, and they're still doing the fulfillment. If you are growing your coaching business, if you're over 10K a month, you need to start looking at building your team, meaning understanding that, okay, I need to build a content team. I need to build a sales team. I need to build a fulfillment team. These are the three things that I recommend building. But today, I'm going to talk about why you need to build a fulfillment team. Okay. And you are, understand this thing, you are doing your clients a disservice by not having a fulfillment team. Because at the end of the day, you can sell as much as you want to sell. You can have the best content team, you can have the best sales team. But if your fulfillment is not on point, that is completely destructive to your online business. So understand that building your fulfillment team is what's going to up your reputation. That's what's going to give you that confidence that you're going to be able to help other people. That's going to build the trust within people outside of the program or whatever it is that you're offering, but it's also going to give your clients a life changing experience. And you're going to give the people that you're servicing their haq, which basically means giving them their rights. Okay. So this is super important. If you are doing every single thing in your business, you are doing your clients a disservice. You are not giving your clients their haq. So look into how you're servicing your clients. Are you actually giving them what they came for? Are you giving them a great experience? Are you giving them that attention? If you are doing every single thing in your business, how can you give your clients that attention that they need? If that is the case, you may want to look into hiring a customer success manager or a client success coach or even a community manager. Look into one of these things because this will bridge the gap between you and the client. At the end of the day, there's only so much that you can do as a business owner, right? You want to focus on what you do best. Some people, it may be content. Some people, it may be sales. Some people, it may simply be the fulfillment side. If you're me, I do fulfillment best, and that's why I'm not as consistent when it comes to the content side. Sales is not really my thing, right? I'm not a great salesperson, which is why I do really well with fulfillment, right? I enjoy doing fulfillment. Fulfillment brings me, I guess, quote unquote, fulfillment. So you need to understand this for yourself and your own business. And that's why in today's video, I know I kind of rambled. I wanted to talk about why you actually need a team for your business. And we're going to talk more primarily about fulfillment. So I know I went 3 minutes. This was a rant. This is probably more so for Instagram so I can cut these clips and all that good stuff. So this is something I have notes here and I have a lot to discuss. So let's go through it. So let's go through the problem. The problem is you've grown, but you're still doing everything yourself, the content, the sales, the fulfillment, all of it. And again, I've already talked about this a little bit, but I'll expand on this just a little bit more. You can only do so much, right? If you wake up in the morning, what do you think about first? I want you to think about that. Are you thinking about how can I get more clients? Are you thinking of, okay, how can I service my clients? Are you thinking about, okay, how can I manage my team? What is the first thing that you think about? And what is the thing that brings you the most fulfillment, the most excitement, right? Some people it's content. Some people they get up and they're thinking, they're looking at their views, they're looking at their analytics, they're looking at how they're doing things, right? Some people they get up and they're looking at their KPIs when it comes to the setting. They're looking at how many sales calls they have for the day. Some people wake up, if you're me, and you're looking at, okay, how are the clients doing? What's going on? You're checking out the messages, the client messages. You're going through, okay, wins, seeing if everything's on point, if the group calls are structured. That is your structure, and that's me, right? Everyone has a different role. But if you are the person who's running the business and you're doing all of this, how do you expect to have your business thrive? How do you expect to give your clients the attention that they need, give them their huck? How do you expect to give them all that if you are doing all of these things, right? So you have to focus on what you do best. And what you do is you hire a CSM, you hire a community manager, you hire maybe a head coach. One of these things can help. And as you build your business, of course, you're going to build your team, but you start small. So that is the number one thing that I say. This is the problem, right? Again, the reason why it's a disservice is because they're not getting your full presence, right, to yourself, because you're burnt out. You're gonna If you're burnt out, if you're doing all of these things, you're gonna burn. If you're doing the content, if you're doing the sales, if you're doing the fulfillment, you're gonna burn out, and as a result, you're not gonna give your clients the attention, the service that they need, because you can only do so much. You're a human being. No matter how fit, no matter how active, no matter how much sleep you have, there's only so much that you can do as a human being. So if you're not able to give them their haq, which is why you're doing this business, then you may as well just stop getting more people in and focus on actually helping the people that are there. Because at the end of the day, these people have spent a good amount of money to join your service, whatever it is that you're doing. So you want to make sure that they're getting their money's worth and even more, right? You want to make sure they have the best experience possible, and you do your best to make sure that they get that. And by doing every single little thing in your business, you're not enabling that. You are actually holding yourself and your clients back. So this is something that is super, super important to understand. A lot of people think, oh, I'll just get more people in. We'll figure things out after. And yes, you can do that. And you can definitely do that. Get more people in, definitely do that. But you also have to understand that people are coming to you. They're human beings. They have their own lives. They want their lives to be changed with whatever it is you're offering. That's what you sold them. So you have the responsibility now. This is a responsibility, right? For me, this is like gives me so much anxiety when it comes to like if I get clients or we get new clients, because I realize, okay, well, I got new clients, so I have the responsibility to make sure that they show up, right? And every single person that you're going to service is going to be different. You're going to have people that are self-motivated, that you just tell them what to do, boom, they're great. You're going to have people that you're going to have to constantly follow up with them. It's like they need constant reinforcement, right? You're gonna have people that are gonna be that they're gonna be there in and out, right? They're gonna be good, but they're gonna really struggle to get the results. They're gonna need to figure out like they need mindset. So there's a lot of different factors, and I'm speaking specifically on the coaching side, right? So that's a big one. And again, like I said, at some point you have to pick your lane. Are you the content acquisition person or the fulfillment person? You can't do it all, right? If you want to scale and you're growing your business, you can't do everything. That's just the reality. You can do bits and pieces of things, but if you're doing every single little thing in your business, again, you're not giving your clients your hug. For sure, you're not giving your clients your hug. There's only so much. If you're doing 50 check-ins, 25 check-ins, and you're doing every single thing other than that as well, you're doing every single little thing, you're not giving your clients their hug. I'm sorry, you're not. You're just not giving them their rights. So you need to identify what your strength is at and what you want to focus on, and then you focus on, and then from there you find people that can help you do the other parts really, really well, right? It can even be AI. If you need to use AI, okay, great. Start by using AI, build AI systems. But I typically recommend having humans do it at the start, especially because, first of all, there's more baraka. Baraka is a big thing people don't understand. People think that, oh, I'm going to optimize my business, I'm going to automate every single little thing. But understand, even if you hop on a call with someone and you're helping them, you're giving them there's baraka. You're giving them their haq, and that's why I recommend having humans help you out with this, right? So this is something that's super, super key. And that's the one thing, right? And building around your lane. Okay. And what this unlocks, it's better client results, better retention, more referrals, and you're finally operating in your zone. So that means you're operating in your flow, you're in constant flow state, you're actually helping your clients, you're servicing your clients, you're giving them their haq. So there's a sense of fulfillment, and you're going to get more baraka out of this. So that's all I want to share. If this is something you want to learn more about, feel free to check out the link down below, or send me a message on it. Just send me a message on Instagram and then we can have a conversation, inshallah. But this is something I really want to emphasize. This is not just about building a fulfillment team. This is about building your business, right? If you're stuck and you're the main bottleneck of your business, the main reason might be because you're doing every single thing, you're growing, and you're not growing with your business. A lot of people, their business is growing, but they're not growing with their business. They're staying the same with their business. And that's why if someone grows, even if they grow, they're not able to sustain it because they are not, they're human beings. You're a human being at the end of the day. I think this is something what people, they always talk about hustle culture. They talk about, oh, we'll do this and that, but you're a human being. There's only so much that you can do, right? You can grind. There's seasons of grind. There's seasons where you're putting in as much work. You're doing a lot of different things. There's, as a business owner, yes, you will have to do a lot of the things. You'll still have to go back into things. However, you should be able to give that responsibility to someone else or something else. It could be AI, and have the conviction that, okay, this is going to be handled. Give it, have that tawakkul, have the trust that it's going to be handled. If you don't have that, if you're not able to find anyone, just look at within your own ecosystem. Look within people that are already in your program, people that are already like your biggest fans, right? If you do that, then you can easily find someone as well. That's what I do with one of my coaches. Actually, two of my coaches, actually one of my coaches actually started hiring. He hired his first coach, which is someone that is a client, his own client, right? So anyways, I don't want to make this long-winded. Just want to share this. I think this is going to be super, super key. If you can do this, then you'll get a lot of barakah, inshallah. And yeah, we'll go from there. So don't forget to like and follow, inshallah. Peace.